to the many of the people watching this unfold in New Jersey, across this country, in Hawaii, what they're also seeing, unfortunately, is a bill packed with policies pushed by very connected special interests. Special interests with armies of high-paid lobbyists looking out for their own protections and looking to roll back common sense protections for people who cannot hire those high-priced lobbyists or make donations to political candidates and elected officials. I say this right now. This omnibus, this cromnibus as it's called, is a jagged, bitter pill for anyone to swallow. Let me start with the provision that Senator Schatz mentioned, the provision that is rolling back aspects of Dodd-Frank. You see, risky transactions involving asset-backed derivatives were at the heart of the 2008 fiscal crisis. Economists at the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas estimated that the financial crisis cost the United States between $6 and $14 trillion. This amounts to about $50,000 to $120,000 for every U.S. household, or the equivalent of 40 to 90% of 1 year's economic output. It was cataclysmic. But I don't need economists to describe the pain that Americans felt. I saw it myself. I felt it as a mayor of a big city in America, Newark, New Jersey, New Jersey's largest cities. You see, when the nation goes through a recession, rural and urban areas, vulnerable populations, people living at the margins go through a cataclysmic depression. Many Americans, even today, remain unemployed or underemployed and are still struggling to make ends meet because of the risky behaviors that we saw within the financial industry. And so now Dodd-Frank, this Wall Street Protection Act, was passed to enhance consumer protection and increase safeguards against risky activities so we as a country do not go through this again. Dodd-Frank isn't perfect. I'm the first to admit there's ways to change it and improve it and implement its provisions, frankly, that still have yet to be fully implemented. But changes to financial regulations should be done through a much more transparent process. In the public eye, we should debate these issues on the floor of the House and the Senate openly. It should not be done like this was, behind closed doors, and definitely not through what they call a must-pass omnibus bill. This is wrong. And so here we are, in the last moments on an omnibus spending bill with a provision which goes to the heart of protecting American taxpayers from the risky, reckless schemes that helped to launch the crisis in the first place. This provision is literally called the prohibition against the federal government bailouts of swap entities, which ensures taxpayer dollars will not be used for the more risky Wall Street speculation and gambling. Americans, it looks to do to make sure that Americans aren't on the hook for the risky gambling of a few seeking to make extraordinary gains. I'm outraged. I am frustrated that we are not on the floor debating this and instead are having this put into a bill that everyone says must pass. And so I'll say this, there are arguments on both sides that we should be having. If these provisions of Dodd-Frank should come up, we should discuss them and the public should see it and know about it. I'll not condemn the entire financial services industry, and indeed, we need in this country a robust network of financial institutions that support the vibrant economic activity in the United States. However, we must ensure that the necessary and important protections that shield taxpayers and our economy from the failures of 2008 remain in place. I rebuke the slick and secretive ways that this has been done. And I'll echo the concerns of people all over New Jersey that this kind of business as usual must end.